The PlayStation 2 is simply amazing. It's my most treasured and remembered console, and each day I'm learning about all of the great games that were released for it. There's one aspect about it that disappoints me these days: the video output. I'm not talking about graphical fidelity, that part is fine. I just wished more games used progressive scan output, not the 480i 576i resolutions that we're stuck with. It can look good, especially when deinterlaced properly, but the potential is still there for the taking for improved graphics. There is one way to increase resolution on real PlayStation 2 hardware: the use of modding, in this case a soft mod. What you see right now is FreeBoot, and it's a mod that can be used on a PlayStation 2 memory card or USB stick. There's all sorts of goodies for you pro modders out there, but I want to focus on the GS Mode Selector for this video. It allows you to change the video output the PlayStation 2 will use, and you can set functions like skip videos and adjust screen position. The maximum output on this version is 1080p, but since we are using PAL software, we will use 576p to attempt to get rid of the interlaced fields, and we will also use the OSSC to line double the resolution. I picked a few games for this test, and we will go over a few of them before going into a montage. Let's begin! We begin with Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. This is one of my favourite 3D games ever, and being a massive Dragon Ball Z fan, this game was a dream come true. However, this game supports 576i only, and while it still looks good, I feel the graphics could benefit from the jump up to 576p. Let's try the 576p mode now, and oh wow, what a change! The aspect ratio got slightly thinner for some reason, but otherwise, that's a change indeed. The image is more stable, there's no interlacing combing artifacts, and the picture quality is a lot smoother. The interlaced footage is a bit crisper with the 4x mode on the OSSC used, but the 576p image will be much better scaled with a lot of displays, and it does turn in a nice image. This game is a success for those wanting to play Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 at 576p. On the subject of Dragon Ball Z games, let's try Budokai Tenkaichi 2. This one is also a good looking game, although I do feel Budokai 3 is still slightly better looking. Anyway, here's how the game looks normally, and here's how it looks at 576p. At first, despite the thinner aspect ratio, it looks like another winner. Unfortunately, the game speeds up rather dramatically at random, throwing me off during gameplay. It happens enough to make the game rather unpleasant to play for long sessions. This is a reminder that this homebrew application, while amazing, cannot guarantee great or workable results. A disappointing end considering that the game doesn't look too bad at this new resolution. Ace Combat The Belkan War is a great game. It looks great and it offers 16:9 widescreen support. I just wished it had progressive scan support. This game is a prime choice as Namco really transformed the series on the PlayStation 2. You can clearly see the Bob deinterlacing method due to the screen shaking, and although it works, it's not my favourite. Anyway, here's the result of the 576p conversion, and oh! Right, it's thinner than before, and it looks as if the interlaced video has dropped half of the frames. You can tell because there's jagged lines everywhere. Yes, this is not a good result graphically, but the game does work, so there's that. Let's try Guilty Gear X. This runs in 576i only for the PAL version, and if I recall, the Dreamcast original version ran at 480p using VGA cables. That version was bonkers sharp. Can we increase the image quality when we switch to 576p? Yes! Wow, the difference is pretty clear to see. The image is slightly narrower than before, but look how much sharper and clearer it now has become. I don't think it's quite as sharp as the Dreamcast original, but it's close enough. Definitely worth using if you can take advantage of 576p. Resident Evil Code Veronica X also benefits from the 576p conversion. This is another game which looks better on the Dreamcast thanks to 480p via VGA, but you can see the difference when put side by side. The changes aren't massive and you do lose the ability to watch the FMVs included in the game, which is bad for those who want to know every detail about the game's story. Still, if you want the best you can get on the PlayStation 2 version of the game, try it out if you are a PAL player. The same can't be said for Wipeout Fusion. In default output, the game definitely looks its best. Of course, a better de-interlacing method would be preferable, but there you go. In 576p mode, the image loses half of its fields and everything looks all weird, just like Ace Combat. This is showing the limits of the homebrew application, and when it does work, it is fantastic. I get the feeling, however, that most of the games when going from 576i to 576p will end up with this result. Shame. And now we have Silent Hill 3. This game actually does have a 60Hz mode, but I chose the 50Hz for the sake of the test. In 576i, the game works well and it looks pretty good with the 4X mode via the OSSC. But when we switch to 576p, the game falls apart. Graphically, it looks a lot clearer and more detailed. However, the speed of the game is cut in half and everything moves in slow motion. The cutscenes took so long to get through, I basically gave up. Best play this one in standard resolution. Now then, here are the last 3 games that I tried out for this video. Let me know if you could see a difference between 576i and 576p. I'll see you at the end. This is why I love modern solutions for retro technology. We can find ways to make things even better, and MCBoot does occasionally solve the video output troubles of the PlayStation 2, at least if we are assuming you are trying to display it on a more modern flat screen television. Of course, because of the homebrew nature, this solution is not as perfect as you saw in the tested games. Mind you, there is a newer version of this software, so maybe that one has better luck. You may just have to accept the video output given and enjoy the games for the gameplay rather than focusing on old visuals. I guess you folks can let me know what you thought of this topic and the results from my end, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.